Hey everybody, Cheryl here with cardsbycheryl.com. Thanks for joining my YouTube channel today. If you don't know me already, my name is Cheryl Horvath and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Woodinville, Washington, currently coming to you from Surprise, Arizona. And I have a fun Easter project for you tonight. And I have to apologize in advance. The pollen count out here is absolutely at its all-time high, and everybody has been suffering so bad from allergies. So if I have the sniffles a little bit, that's why. I've been eating Allegra and Claritin like candy for the last few weeks, so hopefully it's going to come to an end soon. But today was super windy here in Arizona, and the wind, and plus we're in the valley, and so the air quality in the valley is already not great, but you add wind and pollen and everything, and it's just like, oh, it just blows up all this dust. And so I apologize if I sound a little stuffy. It's just because I am, but it's just allergies. So that being said, I have a lot to share with you. I'm going to try not to bore you with all of the current promotions and things like that are going on, because I think maybe you already know about them or maybe you don't. So I'm going to do it super fast, like in high speed. Let me flip the camera down so you can see my desk. And right now, we're in the midst of getting ready to launch a brand new catalog. So we have some savings our sales going on right now that I just wanted to share with you. The biggest one right now that I am excited about is the Stampin' Cut Emboss Machine Mini. And so this is the mini machine. It's normally $60. It's on sale for $48. If you are current demonstrator with discount shopper demonstrator, you get your discount on top of the 20% off. So it's really a good deal. And I just got one to have here in my Arizona home. I have one in Woodinville, but I wanted to have one here, and I thought, wow, I'm going to invest in it. So this is how big it is. It fits on screen. I'm zoomed in, so it's really a nice addition to my desk, because my big machine, I have to stand up and walk over to another work surface where I have my big Stampin' Cut Emboss machine, which is not necessarily a bad thing, because come on, all of us need to stand up and move more than we do. And I have a sit-down desk that I'd rather not have. I'd rather have a stand-up desk, but this just sits and right here to my right hand side. And when I'm tidying up my desk, I just set it in my little to-go cart there, and it's great. So anyway, so that's the sale for that. And then there are some bundles that are on sale right now, also 20% off, 3, 6, 9, 12. So there's 12 bundles, and I'm not going to go through all of them. You can get this information on the Stampin' Up! Website. If you just go to cardsbycheryl.com and click Shop with Me, you'll be able to see all the promotions that we have going on there. And so everything is discounted 20% off, because I think they're trying to make room for the new products that are coming in the new catalog. So the new catalog is ending, this one right here is ending April 30th. So I will, as a demonstrator, and if you're a demonstrator also, you probably already know that you'll get to see the new 2022-23 catalog on March 23rd. And then the pre-order for demonstrators begins on April 1st. So there's also going to be a huge last chance sale where all of the list of discontinued products from this catalog will come out, and it'll come out and let you know what's discounted and what's not. And I will be posting that to my blog so that you can see it. And I also, if you are not on my mailing list already, go to cardsbycheryl.com, and a little pop-up should come up, and subscribe to my email, and I will keep you updated with all of the latest comings and goings with the catalog. So that's about all the spiel I really wanted to do tonight, because I have this really cute Easter project that I want to get into. So let me put this away. And if ever you guys have any questions about what's on sale, what's coming, what's going, the new in colors, the new refreshed colors, things like that, just message me, Cheryl at cardsbycheryl.com, and I will follow up with you right away. Okay, so tonight's project's kind of fun. It's these little Easter treat bags. And these were inspired by Catherine from In the Pink Designs. She did a similar little bag for not Thanksgiving, St. Patrick's Day. And I thought it was really cute, and so I just basically modified it for Easter. And so we're going to make these cute little Easter treat giveaways. If you guys have a Big Lots in your area, I got these little bundles of golden eggs. They're just chocolate. They're milk chocolate flavored eggs. And they were $1. And I think there's 20 or 24 eggs in each little bag. And I don't use a whole bag for each one of my kits. I only use 8. But anyway, this is where I got the golden eggs from. The supplies we're going to be using for today's project, actually quite a few different things. So these are all of the punches that we're going to be using. So I have the double oval punch. This is the punch that coordinates with the Flowers of Friendship stamp set. So these two things, and then this is the everyday label punch, and that's what's going to make the hole in here, the window for the treat box. So those are the core components that are making up this project. And then I'm also going to bring in some Stampin' Blends and some Pool Party sheer ribbon. So we're going to make one of these, but I'm going to use different colors. Let's see. Running out of room here. There goes the nose. So this is Granny Apple Green Light and Dark, Bermuda Bay Light and Dark, and Flirty Flamingo Light and Dark. So those are the 3 Stampin' Blends colors we're going to use. And then this piece of paper came from the Celebration Rainbow paper, Sunshine and Rainbows, which is all of these different patterns. This is my cheat sheet that I make up for whenever I get a new set of DSP. I cut strips. I think it's 2.5 by 1.25. Let's see. No, it's 3 by 1.5. And that gets, if it's a 6 by 6, you just cut it in half, and then I cut little 1.5-inch strips, and I paste it down onto a sheet of cardstock so that when I'm designing, I can easily see what all of my materials or options are for DSP. So that's that. So we'll be using the Sunshine and Rainbows, and that's where this piece comes from. And we're coordinating it with Pool Party cardstock and basic white paper. Okay. Phew, that was a lot. Let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is cut the base for this treat box. And you can get 3 treats from, I wonder if I need to zoom out a little bit. Let me see. I feel like I'm in too much. Other way. There. Maybe that's a little better. You don't need to see my mouse. Okay. So you can get 3 from one sheet of 8.5 by 11 paper. So the first cut you're going to make is at 2.5. And that's it. So easy, you guys. So easy. Then you're just going to make a couple of score lines. And you're going to score, let me make sure I have my notes out here. You're going to score at 1 inch. Then you're going to score at 5 1/8. Pull open your arm. Then you're going to score it at 5 7/8. And the last score mark is at 10. Like so. Okay. Then we're going to cut some paper, some DSP, and we're going to need 4 pieces. So the first 2 pieces are 3 7/8 by 2 1/4. So let me start with this 2 1/4 cut, And I need 2 of them, so I'm going to cut 2 1/4 twice. And the other dimension is 3 7/8, so almost to the 4-inch. Oh, and you know what? My hearts are my hearts are going to be sideways. So if you have directional paper, it's going to be really hard to notice on this, so I'm going to keep going. But you notice the hearts should actually be up like that. And this is going to get glued down like this. So this is directional, and I messed up and cut it the wrong direction. I had a 50-50 shot of doing it right. And that's just my dumb luck. So cut 2 of those, but if it's directional, make sure you have it going in the right way. So here's another piece, 3 7/8. So we've got 2 of these that are going to go on here like that. And then we need a top and a bottom, and that is just the same width, so 2 1/4. And then you can just use this piece, and you're going to go 3 inch or 3/4 of an inch, and another 3/4 of an inch, like so. Okay, here's your scrap. You can save that for something else. There we go. Cutting's done. Okay, so now we haven't folded anything yet. It's hard to see my score line in this light. I'm filming at night, and so the lighting is not the best. But these are going to get adhered down just like so. Like that. And you can use whichever kind of adhesive you'd like. So we're going to call this the top and this the bottom. So when you put this bottom piece on, you can put adhesive all over. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to use some of my Stamp and Seal. I'm getting towards the end. And this is a disposable treat box, so it's not going to get used again. So if you don't have to use a ton of materials, like use up a lot of your tape, I wouldn't. This one I'm going to put on all 4 sides because we're going to cut the window out of it. So I want the perimeter of this rectangle to be secure. And you don't have to put any in the center because we're going to cut. And just center this in between your score lines, like so. And then a piece up here. And a piece down here. Okay. So when you fold this up, you're going to fold this in and then this in like this. So this is basically your treat. And then these just fold to give it a little bit of wiggle room when you pop the treat in there. So you just crease your folds. So your treat box should be like this. And it's about a 1/16 of an inch off, but that's okay. Because once we get the treats in there, it'll pop it open and make it even. So here's your base. Now we're going to cut the window. And for that, we're going to use our everyday label punch. And this is not science at all. You just want to center this between this part. And then once you slide it in, you want to try to center it best you can on the pool party paper. And I think that looks pretty good. Make sure it's straight. And you've got 2 thicknesses of paper here, so you need a little bit of elbow grease. Okay, so there's our punch. You can save this and use it. Is it glued down? Yeah, it is. You can save this and use it for something else, but we're not going to use it for this project. Next thing is to prepare the egg container. And for that, I use, just because it's all I really had on hand, these are clear 5 5/8 by 5 3/4 clear bags. I got them on Amazon. Stampin' Up! Does sell them. And I do have more of those, but I just don't have them in this location with me. So what I did was I just took one of these bags. It's way too big for it, but let me show you how I adapt it. So you grab, see this egg's not covered all the way. I'm not going to use that one. So you grab 8 eggs. You know, you get what you pay for when it's from the Dollar Tree or a dollar item. Sometimes quality's lacking a little bit. 4, 5, 6. Now, if you have cello bags that are smaller, that would be a more suitable size. By all means, feel free to use that. But what I'm going to do is just shimmy these over so that I have 4 rows of 2, kind of like that. And then I just fold this flap behind it, just like that. And then I gather it together at the top. I'm not crimping it. I'm just basically folding that flap behind it, like so. And then do you see where the tape is where you would adhere it? I'm cutting that off. So right below that adhesive strip, I'm cutting off. So now I have just a loose open bag of treats. Okay, this is going to set inside just like that. You're going to line it up, kind of shimmy it around a little bit, like so. Grab a stapler, I should say. There's a couple different ways you could do. This is the easiest way. We're going to cover it up with a bow. But so grab a stapler and just put one staple right in the center. Can you see that? Like that. And they're not going anywhere. They didn't even swing a little bit. They stay put. So it's nice. So one staple is all you need. And now you've got your pretty little golden eggs shining through that window. Okay, now it's time to decorate the box. And to do that, I'm going to use this stamp set, Flowers of Friendship. It has a coordinating punch with it. It is still available in the annual catalog. I just want to make sure I'm not fibbing. I don't think I would have used it if it weren't still available. Yes, it's on page 78 of the annual catalog. And you can get the bundle for $35. And this is such a great all-occasion bundle. I use it all the time. And I was struggling with an embellishment to use on the outside of this box. So I told you that Catherine from In the Pink Designs, she made a shamrock. And instead of, a floral arrangement, she put a big shamrock right here, which was super cute. But I was looking for like an Easter egg or, I'll show you another one I did. I used the little chickie from Easter Friends. And I made up this one, and I thought that was super cute too. But for what we're designing right now, I use this punch and bundle. So we're going to, we're going to do some stamping. And I didn't prepare my strips. Maybe I'll just use this. So this is, there's some strategery you have to use when you're using this punch. And it's not hard at all. You just have to think it out first before you start to stamp. So I'm noticing that my big flower and my top flower are lined up like this. So the petals are up and down this way. And then this bottom flower, the petals are on an X, like that. So pay attention to that when you're stamping. And then, so you don't wait. I'm all about not wasting paper. And so instead of stamping a whole bunch all at once, I just really stamp one at a time and then punch. And then I don't run the risk of punching into something that I stamped and wrecking it, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to stamp, because I'm going to put this paper in from the top and feed it through, and I'm going to stamp like that. So I'm going to stamp this flower down here versus up here, because if I stamped it up here, there's no way for me to get it in because the paper's too long. So think about that too when you're getting ready to stamp. So here we're going to put this one down with the petals going up and down, just like so. And then this one, you're going to do the same thing, but I'm going to flip it around because I'm going to feed it in like this now on the opposite end with the smaller petals that are in the shape of an X versus a plus. So like so. We'll do that. You can color them. Oh, my Alexa's going off. You can color them right now before you punch them. I'm going to color them after I punch them. So we'll do the small one first. And you just pop it in there, line it up. Like so. Now you do have an extra punch here that you can stamp onto if you want, although it's kind of hard with red rubber stamps to do that, to line it up right. So I just consider that waste. And then I flip this one over, and now I'm going to do the top flower. Line it up, just like so. Pop that out. And there, now you have two beautifully cut flowers. Now for the leaves, what I do is I just trim off this waste and pitch it. And for the leaves, you kind of take the same approach. So you're looking at the direction that the leaves are going in. This is the larger leaf, and it's this way, and you can see this little part of the petal. So if you flip it around, you can see that that punch or that stamp should go in like this. Okay, so when you stamp it on paper, you're gonna want to stamp it like that, in that direction. It just is gonna make it line up easier. So we'll do that one next. And you could even do, because this is a wide piece of paper, you could do two, I think. I think this is gonna work. Let's see. Start with the outer edge first. And we're going to punch this like so. And then you're going to slip it back in and punch the one to the right of it. Like so. You do get a lot of scraps, but it saves you in fussy cutting, which for me is kind of worth it. When you make as many cards as we do as card makers, every little shortcut I think is helpful. Make sure I have all my pieces here. So I lost a stamped large one. I think I just pitched it. That's okay. We're only going to use one of it, one of the large, and now we're going to do one of the smalls. And we're going to, again, take a look at this, at the stamp, and we know that it's going to go stamped down like this. That's how it fits into the punch. So I just grab it once I line it up over the punch, and I put it down, and I'm going to stamp two. That one's a smudge, so I won't actually cut that one out. So we're gonna go. If it weren't a smudged one, and I would want to start with cutting this one first, like so, and then slide that one over, and then punch that one up, like so. Okay, so now here we have our leaves and our flowers. Get rid of all of that debris. Put this away. And believe it or not, I saved this as scrap. And I have a bucket right here. I throw all my scrap papers in. Because if you're just doing a little tiny sentiment or something, that'll come in handy. Okay, so we are going to color now. And the colors that I picked out, I already showed you. Let's zoom back in a little bit. Hopefully that's enough. And I always start with the light shade first. So I think I'm going to make the large flower the brighter pink, or the Fleur de Flamingo. These color up very fast. Make sure my head's not in the... Okay. And then I'm going to take the dark. And you can use either end for this, and I'm just going to cover up, just kind of add a little bit of shading where these lines are. And if you want to blend that even more, it seemed awfully dark. If you want to blend them in a little bit more, you can. It dries a little bit lighter too. Oh, I forgot to get a yellow out, so I think I'm just going to use a little, I'm going to use Daffodil Delight, light and dark. You don't have to do, because it's such simple coloring, you don't have to do light and dark. You could just do one shade. So that one's done. We're going to do this one in Bermuda. And this has a little different design to it. But I just colored the whole thing in. And then I will come back in with my dark Bermuda and color this little center section in with the dark. And then do my center. Like so. And then your Granny Apple Green for the leaves. I think this is the light. Yeah. I know a lot of you are, I'm gonna go to embellishment, or a little crystal on my marker. I've been in Arizona since the end of December, enjoying the sunshine, and my husband had to go back to Seattle this week for some meetings, and it's just pouring down rain there, and it's cold, and he's been here in the sunshine. We've been golfing. It was like, it's going to be 90 on Saturday. It was like 85 last weekend, and it's just culture shock when you have to leave this climate and go into that. Okay, so there's that. The next thing we need to do is stamp, before we assemble everything, the sentiment. And we're going to be using this one, Happy Easter. Now you could use this Happy Easter from Easter Friends and stamp it separately, Happy, and then Easter underneath it. Do I have one? I thought I had one that I showed that. The other thing you could do is a long strip like this, and just flag at the end and do Happy Easter without messing around with what I just said. But I like this sentiment, and this came from the Celebrating You stamp set. I believe this one is in the mini catalog that's about to retire also. And that we just need a scrap for. So look, see, I'm going to grab this scrap and ink this up. Do I want to do it in black? Yeah. You never know when you're going to need a little scrap like that. Enter oval punch. So I'm just going to slide this in here. I might have to cut off some of this, yeah. Cut some of that off because it got in the way of the punch, but we're just going to slide this in. And this is a little tricky because this scrap is small, but you can just adjust it with your finger, or you can add a piece of Post-it tape to the end and give it a handle. I'll show you what I mean. So I keep these little I think they're 2x2 Post-it notes on my desk. I use them for everything. So all you would do is take the sticky end, attach it like that, and now you have a handle, so you can slide it in better, supposedly. I think I have a lip, and the handle's a little bit too sharp. There we go. So now see, I'm holding on to the Post-it note and I'm using it to adjust the position before I punch. And then I punch, and then you just throw that away. Like so. And then put this away so I don't wear it. And then we're going to do the Pool Party with the scalloped oval. I love punches. You guys who follow me on my channel know I can't ever say enough good things about punches. I actually shipped, I don't know how many punches from my Seattle home to my Arizona home when I came down here for the winter, because I couldn't live for 3 months without my punches. So I just used a flat rate box, and it was $20, and I just packed as many punches in there as I could, because you can send up to 80 pounds. Now the bad thing was the box didn't hold up very well under that kind of weight, and so when it arrived, it was pretty beat up, and I was worried that a punch had actually fallen out, but it didn't, thank goodness. So when I get ready to send everything back in May, I'm going to divide them up better. Okay, so now we're just going to decorate this box, treat box, whatever. Just kind of figure out where we want these flowers to be. And I think I just used 2 leaves, like so, something like that. And get out your glue dots, because you don't want any glue to get on this cellophane, because that's going to come out when they open up the box. So I just put 1 glue dot in the center of this flower, like so. And I'm just going to pop that down. You can slide your finger underneath it to give it a good press. Do another. Like so. Well, this roll of glue dots is sparse. And pop that under there like that. That's a doubler. I don't want a doubler. And I think we're going to tuck this guy in here. I almost think it needs that third. Did I throw it away? That third leaf. What do you guys think? I think I want to pop that in there right there. So let's color that super fast. See, it was meant to be. Oops, that's the dark. Put a little dot right on the end of there. This is just so easy. You don't have to get out your wet glue if you don't want. And because they are disposable boxes, I mean, You really don't want to spend a ton of time on them, right? Because they're just going to get ripped apart. And then the last thing we need to do is add some ribbon. And this is the Pool Party sheer ribbon. And I use, oh, I don't know. I use a good bit. I am not one to tie off the spool when I'm on camera because it takes me too long, I think. So I'm going to tie a bow, cover up that staple. And I use my one of my most favorite tools. My most favorite tool is my Take Your Pick tool, but this is my retractable tweezers, and it's my third hand when I'm tying a bow. I'm going to get it. There's a over-under method to tying a bow so that it lays right. I'm not going to go into it today because it's hard for me to demonstrate. I've tried. There's a video. I watched a video. I'll have to see if I can find it and link to it. She does a good job. But when you're tying your bow, there's a way you either tie it over or you tie it under, and that gets your bow to lay nice and flat. So, and then you just trim off the ends. And then I tossed around with putting, you can secure this with a glue dot in the center so it doesn't shift if you want. Maybe I'll do that. I'm gonna use this. And I just grab it with my Take Your Pick tool, just like that. Pull up my bow, set it down there, press, there. No fuss, no muss. And then I'm going to do another glue dot just right here on the top end of this. If you really wanted to get fancy, again, I said these are going to be fairly disposable, so you could punch a hole in the center of this and tie this onto the bow, but I just thought it would be easy to put a little glue dot right there. And look how cute. And they stand up. If you wanted to use these as place settings for your Easter Sunday dinner, that would be lovely too. I've done things where instead of, well, I would say Happy Easter, but then I would find a little way to make a name tag, and so they would be place settings. So you would guide your guests to where they would sit at your dinner table. And people have really enjoyed that too. Oh, the other thing I wanted to tell you is you can really kind of jazz up your flowers a bit if you have a white gel pen. I use the Jelly Roll. This is a Jelly Roll 08. And I just kind of get it started on my finger, and I put in just some little accent lines. I think it's going to be hard to see on camera because these colors are pretty light. The darker the color you use, obviously, the more it shows up. But I like to add these little accents. Yeah, this one doesn't show up too much, but so yeah, there's this, and a couple of the other ones I did. This has got a Ghirardelli. This is from the dollar store. It's milk chocolate, a 2-pack. And so this fits nicely in the same style. You just make the base a little bit skinnier by about 1/4 of an inch. So I had to adjust the size to accommodate the eggs were fatter. So there's that. And then I had another, what did I do with it? Oh, and I wanted to show you something else. Because I was struggling to find just the right element to put on the front of this. What I really wanted was like an Easter egg or something. And so I went online and I Googled Easter egg clip art for coloring, like the coloring pages you can get. And I just screen clipped this egg and I put it in a Word document and I replicated it and printed it out on cardstock. So you could color these and then very easily just fussy cut it out and throw this egg. I didn't color this one, But look how cute that would be if you colored this egg in with your Stampin' Blends and use that instead of the flowers. Wouldn't that be adorable? And then the other one I found is this one. And I just got 3, 6, 9 to a page. And I colored him. And again, how cute would that be? So I didn't have time today to color up anymore. I was doing a bunch of other stuff, but I just wanted to give you ideas to think outside the box. If you don't have the stamp sets, you know, the Easter Friends, or you don't even have this one, you can go online and actually just screen capture and print your own on cardstock and color them in. So I just fussy cut this. And the legs are a little hard to fussy cut, but you can't even tell, especially if you put them on, you know. See, you could actually put that on the back and that'd be cute too. Okay, I think that's everything I wanted to share with you. I have some more ideas for some fun stuff for videos coming up, so stay tuned. If you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, I would love for you to follow me and keep up with I'm trying to get back to my face only. There we go. Keep up with everything that's going on Stampin' Up! Wise, and I try to keep my website updated. It's a labor of love for me. It's not something I really enjoy doing, but I know I've got to do it. So check out my blog, and if you haven't joined my email list, I'm trying to get to a regular cadence, but I am not there yet. But I do send out casual and somewhat random card inspiration emails, or letting you know if there's a special going on. I just sent out a kit email for the Let's Set sale stamp set, and so I do have an actual card kit offering. So hop over to my blog and check out the Let's Set sale if you need masculine cards. It's a really great bundle for you for not very much money at all. So I've designed 4 beautiful cards using the Let's Set sale bundle, and you can get just the card kit alone, or you can get the card kit with the stamp set. And if you buy the stamp set bundle, you get the card kit package for free. So there's that. I haven't done the videos to coordinate with that, but I have full PDF instructions to go with each card, so you have step-by-step and a color photo to follow along with. So yeah, if you're in need of masculine cards for birthdays or graduation or whatever, check that kit out. Maybe you'll find it interesting. Okay, I think that's it for me. I'm going to wrap some things up. I'm going to go have a glass of wine and tuck myself in and get ready for tomorrow. Thanks for watching, you guys. Take care. Bye.